Hi, I'm Tetiana from DiscoVR and I'm a community manager at SideQuest. And in this video, I will go over the most common myths about SideQuest and debunk them once and for all, and also give you some tips of what you can do with SideQuest that you didn't know. Remember to give this video a like and subscribe to DiscoVR for more. And if you're ready, let's go! Myth number 1. SideQuest is illegal, and to install SideQuest, you need to hack your Quest too. This one is a big one, especially for new users. I mean, check it yourself. If you type in Google, "is SideQuest?" some of the most common predictions are safe, allowed, and legal. That's some unjustified stigma that I'm here to fight and viciously debunk this myth. SideQuest has been here since the release of Oculus Quest, so they've been around for a long time, and never once a single headset was bricked or a user was banned because they were using SideQuest. But where does this myth come from? Well, most likely because of the unusual installation steps. To install it, you need to enable the developer mode. And there is also another uncommon step of creating an organization on the Oculus website as if you were a developer. All these steps are completely normal, they're legal and allowed by Meta, and you are not hacking your Quest in any way or doing anything that Meta doesn't directly allow. There is a large team of talented professionals behind SideQuest: developers, managers, UX designers, graphic designers, and more, and the community of SideQuest users is reaching millions. So it's time to debunk this silly myth once and for all. SideQuest was, is, and always will be safe and legal for all VR users. Myth number 2. Meta don't like SideQuest, and if they catch you sideloading, you can get in trouble. I just love debunking this myth. Regular users don't even realize how much collaboration and communication is going on between Meta and SideQuest on regular basis. First of all, Meta worked with SideQuest to create AppLab. AppLab is the experimental platform for VR games that are not yet on the official store, but they're already listed on the Oculus website. Without SideQuest, there would not be AppLab. Just listen to what Chris Pruitt, the director of content ecosystems at Meta, said about SideQuest during Connect 2021.
Earlier this year, we launched a product called AppLab. We partnered with SideQuest on day one of AppLab to make sure that it would enable the existing SideQuest community to use this feature.
And if that's not enough for you either, then let's listen to Mark Zuckerberg himself and his plans for the future of sideloading.
We'll continue supporting sideloading and linking to PCs so consumers and developers have choice, rather than forcing them to use the Quest store to find apps or reach customers.
You heard that. SideQuest and Meta, it's all good. And as for the myth, debunked. Myth number 3. All you can do with SideQuest is find games. This one is another one that I love telling people about. Well, of course you can find games on SideQuest, but this is not nearly the only thing that you can do. Let's go over just a few things that you can do with SideQuest. Enhance Quest to graphic settings and texture resolution. Change the recording dimensions and quality on Quest 2. Trigger cloud save for all your games so that you can factory reset your Quest 2 without fearing of losing your game data. And finally, there are many ways in which you can solve common issues with Quest 2 that will allow you to avoid doing the factory reset in the first place. I will link a video in the description that explains how you can use SideQuest to avoid factory reset and solve some other common issues. But what if you have an issue that SideQuest cannot solve? I've recently found out about this little company called Fix My Oculus and thought that I need to tell you about it because they provide important service to VR users whose Quest has physical damage. Plus, they have the word Oculus in their name. Instant respect. Look at these friendly guys. They're specializing in computer repairs and maintenance, and in recent years they started repairing VR hardware due to high demand after the release of Quest 2. As you know, Meta doesn't replace your headset if you have some physical damage to it, and that's a big problem for many users. But the guys at Fix My Oculus can repair your headset from physical damage and other things that are not covered by the Meta warranty. Things like physical impact, sun damage, water damage, controller impact, breaks, and many more. If you give them a call, they can diagnose your issue on the phone for free, and then you will ship the item to them, agree on the repair quote, and their repair prices are more than reasonable and always lower than the price of a replacement. What's kind of amazing is that for now they accept repairs from nearly any country, and so far they haven't turned anybody down. I'm glad that they reached out to me to sponsor this video because I didn't know about them before, but after having talked to them and learned more about their business, I truly believe that they provide value to the VR community, and I'm more than happy to spread the word about them. The link to their website is in the description below, so go ahead and save it. If there's any physical damage to your Quest, these guys from from fixmyoculus.com is the 911 for your quest. Myth number 4. SideQuest has only underdeveloped or childish games. Oh, this one is definitely not true. Although you most certainly can find games in early development stages, there's so much more content than that. Let's go through all types of content that you can find on SideQuest. I've already mentioned AppLab. Many of the AppLab games are high-quality VR games that, with enough support from the VR community, eventually end up on the official store. Great examples are Ancient Dungeon, an excellent game that was among the first ones to appear on AppLab, Puzzling Places, a game that started a long time ago on SideQuest and became insanely popular and now is proudly on the official store. Warplanes, Hyperdash, Smash Drums, and many more titles went from SideQuest to AppLab and the official store. And there are still tons of high-quality games, Pavlov, Arcade Sir, and we wouldn't have any of those games without SideQuest. Speaking of the official store, that's another type of content that you can find on SideQuest, and that's a little known fact. You can browse through many of the official Oculus games on SideQuest, which is super convenient because SideQuest basically pulls all standalone VR games in the same place, so you're guaranteed to discover so many more cool games than you normally would if you browse just the official store. Another interesting type of content is VR game ports of popular flat-screen games. You can play games like Doom 3, Half-Life, Minecraft. These game ports would never appear on the official store, but you get to enjoy them with SideQuest, which is super awesome. Alongside game ports, there are fan-made VR games that are also not normally appearing on the official store, but with the help of SideQuest you can play fan-made games like VR Pokemon, Harry Potter, Mario, Donkey Kong, Attack on Titans, and many others. My personal favorite type of content that you can find there is experimental titles that push the boundaries of what you can do in VR. For example, I love exploring apps that incorporate pass-through, like this piano game called Piano Vision. It teaches you how to play the piano in the AR mode. I made several videos about this game on my channel because I was just so struck with it. There's this other app that allows you to project images on real-life surfaces so that you can draw over them in real life. Or this one that turns your home into a dungeon with traps. I mean, there are just so many fun apps that really show the creativity of the developers and give you a glimpse of what VR may look like in the future. Finally, SideQuest is a place to find custom home environments, and this is my favorite thing because instead of using these default homes made by Meta that, yeah, they're really pretty, but there's a limited number of them. With SideQuest you get to install all kinds of custom homes from popular games, movies, TV shows, and others, like Star Wars, Simpsons home, Minecraft home, Zelda, Rick and Morty. There are just too many to cover in one video, but I actually made a separate video covering my favorite custom homes, so feel free to check that one out. As always, all the links and all the videos and tutorials that I mentioned are in the description below. Myth number 5. To use SideQuest, you need a PC. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this one is false as well, but not 100%. Let's break it down. You don't need a PC in these 3 instances. First, if you want to browse and install AppLab games only. Second, if you have an Android phone. And third, if you have a SideQuest VR app installed on your Quest. Let's look at each of them closely. You can browse and download AppLab games without your PC. And if you're new to SideQuest, this is a great way to start exploring this platform. Open your internet browser on your phone or even directly in your Quest 2 headset. Go to applab.games. This shortcut will take you directly to the AppLab section on the SideQuest website, where you can browse and download any AppLab game. Bookmark this website so that you don't lose it. Second, you don't need a PC if you have an Android phone. You can simply install this SideQuest app and have access to all SideQuest functions. There's a tutorial on how to install SideQuest using your phone. Check out the links below. And third, there's a SideQuest VR app that you can install and use almost all SideQuest functions from your Quest. But you need to sideload it onto your headset first. You can use either your Android phone to do that or a PC, but you only need to do that once. So even if you don't have an Android phone or you don't have a PC, maybe you have a friend who has a PC, and then you can just do this one-time thing of sideloading the app on your headset and you're done. You have the VR app on your Quest and you can access all the games on SideQuest from your headset. You basically have a second app store in your Quest. As you can see, there are multiple ways how you can use SideQuest even if you don't own a PC. And those are all the basics that you need to know about SideQuest. So I hope that together we will stop the spread of the misinformation about this wonderful platform. Next, watch my video on how you can install SideQuest on your VR headset so that you have access to thousands of games directly from your Quest. Remember to subscribe to Disco VR and give this video a like if you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, friends. Stay safe and as always, happy gaming!